The sea is wild this morning, the moats are safely in, clinging to the harbour, safe from all the wind and rain. My lovey sleeps beside me, for he won't go out today. I lie the more contented when there's anger in the bay. My love is on the ocean where the world Atlantic rolls. He takes a piece of me with him each time he leaves the shore. I am just his woman, he won't stay home for me. My love, he has a mistress, she's the sea.
I'd like to now introduce Talitha McKenzie. So please welcome Talitha, who has a huge knowledge of how shanty songs have been used to emphasise and support the particular skills and work of a sailor in the ship. So welcome, Talitha.
Great, I'm officially unmuted. Can everyone hear me? Excellent. Right. I'd like to start out by saying what a fantastic thing it is to have made it to 2021. When I first started singing sea shanties in the 1970s, very regularly I would have people come up to me after a show and say, "What makes you think that you have the right to sing sea shanties? You're a woman." And when I first started working deck, my first day on the brig Unicorn, I heard the captain say to the boatswain, "Is this a functional object or is she purely decorative?" So hopefully all of that is in the past. And I want to just praise the people who have been doing such hard work all across the centuries. I mean, there were women who were singing on board ship back in the days of sail. Nobody talks about them very much. So that's our job, to make sure that people know that this was not a male-only province. I'd like to start out with a song that I learned from Tom Gu and Jacek Sulinovsky first. They pointed me to Joanna Colcord. Joanna Colcord, if you haven't got this book, ladies, go out and get it. It's Songs of the American Sailorman. She learned her songs on board ship. She was the daughter of a sea captain. And so she grew up on board ship, and she has tremendous knowledge and skill that put together this wonderful book. Alabama John Cherokee. Well, I was drawn to this particularly because it had a calypso feel to it. Tom and Jacek, they interpreted it in that way. I've heard lots of different versions since. But according to Captain Robinson, it did have a Caribbean connection. And I love calypso. I grew up listening to Harry Belafonte. And before you start shouting cultural appropriation, I also learned Havana Gila from Harry Belafonte. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I think we should all feel free to sing whatever strikes us, whatever chimes within us. So also I'm part Cherokee. So Alabama John Cherokee was the perfect song for me. Little thing, some context you need to know. There was a tradition, or there was a custom for the plantation owners during the off season to hire out their field workers, their slave labor. They would hire them out to ship captains. And so you would get a situation where you would have checkerboard watches, half black and half white. And so this gives us a sort of different meaning to the term black watch that we're all familiar with in Scotland. So here we go. Really easy chorus. Please chime along. Made him a slave down in Alabama, Alabama John Cherokee run away every time he can. Alabama John Cherokee way. Alabama John Cherokee way. Alabama John Cherokee, sheep him aboard a whaling sheep. Alabama John Cherokee, again he give that boss man the slip. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, caught him again, they hold him tight. Alabama John Cherokee, feed him with a whip both day and a night. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, nothing to eat and nothing to drink. Alabama John Cherokee, soon his bone they begin to clink. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, nothing to drink and nothing to eat. Alabama John Cherokee, soon he gone dead at the boss man feet. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, when he die you can see his ghost. Alabama John Cherokee, buried him on by the old gate post. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, way. Alabama John Cherokee, vast heathen. Thank you.
I love that.
Well, I'd like to dedicate this next song to my longtime friend Bonnie Milner. This is to you. And I first heard it from Bob Walser when I was working at Mystic Seaport. And he got it from the Smithsonian. He used to sing it in a quite a peculiar way. It was Georgia Sea Islands fishing shanty. And he would sing a verse and then he would stop. And there would be silence, and then he would sing another verse, and then he would stop. And I thought, now what is going on in the recording that prompted him to perform it in this way? So I hightailed it down to Washington, and I went to the Smithsonian, and I got out the reel-to-reel and the headphones, and I sat in the little booth, and I listened. What was going on was this tremendous commotion, because the men would sing the song, and then they would all start hauling on the nets. And there were people screaming and shouting and jostling, and the sound of the nets clanking against each other. And so I decided, when I sing the song, I'm just going to skip that bit. I'm just going to go from one verse to the next verse. Super easy chorus, even easier than the last one. Walk around, honey, walk around. And I found a couple extra verses that Bob Walser didn't sing. So I should say, if there's anybody listening to this who is under 18, leave the room now. If you really like a double entendre, this song is for you. And I added a little bit to it that wasn't in the field recording. The bit about the wampin' thighs, I got that from an old blues song. So I couldn't resist putting it in. Where them Johnson gals, he's a mighty fine gals, walk around, honey, walk around. Where them Johnson gals, he's a mighty fine gals, walk around, honey, walk around. Where they need in the waist, they got mighty fine legs, walk around, honey, walk around. Where they're neat in the waist, they got mighty fine legs. Walk around, honey, walk around. They got great long legs and the teensy feet. Walk around, honey, walk around. They got great lumping thighs and the teensy feet. Walk around, honey, walk around. Well, it's beefsteak, make a little gravy. Walk around, honey, walk around. Your thing, my thing, make a little baby. Walk around, honey, walk around. Well, it's great beefsteak and a mutton chop. Walk around, honey, walk around. Would it make your lips go a flippity flop? Walk around, honey, walk around. We got something yonder called Jamaica jam. Walk around, honey, walk around. Well, it's hot as cayenne, but it's good, goddamn. Walk around, honey, walk around. Where them Johnson gals is a mighty fine gals. Walk around, honey, walk around. Where them Johnson gals is a mighty fine gals. Walk around, honey, walk around. Walk around, honey, walk around, walk around. Walk around, honey, walk around. There you go, thank you. And I see it's 8:10, but can I squeeze a quick one in?
How quick can it be, Talitha?
It's about, I don't know, a minute and something.
Go for it, go for it.
Pièce de résistance. This is, I'm going to talk a lot about this at the EFTIS, the English Folk Dance and Song Society Conference. I'm doing a paper and I'm basing a lot of it on this song, the interpretation. So if you want to know about it, go to the conference. There's going to be a link in the chat. I first heard this in Manhattan at the Eagle Tavern, Dan Milner and the Flying Cloud. And I was so blown away by the song. It took me ages to get it in the repertoire, but I hope I do it justice. Where the hog-eye men are all the go, and they come down from San Francisco with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Hand me down my riding cane, going to see Miss Sally Jane with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Oh, Sally's in the garden picking peas, the hair of her head hanging down to her knees with a hog-eye. A railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Oh, who's been here since I've been gone? Railroad navvy with his sea boots on with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Sally's in the kitchen making duff, and the cheeks of her horse go chop, chop, chop with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. I won't wet you, I'll be damned if I do. You get chickens in your feet and you can't wear shoe with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Oh, the hog-eye man is a man for me. He was raised way down in Tennessee with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Well, if you don't want me knocking at your door, sling me hook and go to sea once more with a hog-eye. Railroad navvy with a hog-eye. Rode about a show with a hog-eye. All she wants is a hog-eye man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Talitha. That was super to hear these very rousing sea shanty songs in the context of work on board the ship. So the cost of the tickets for the concert tonight have been going towards Musicians Union Benevolent Fund. I think there's a link coming up in the chat box. This is a fund to support musicians who have clearly been struggling over the last couple of years because of lockdown and the effect that that's had. The performers here tonight, thank you so much, working for no fee. So wonderful to hear you here, and thank you so much for your time and your beautiful music. So I'm just going to introduce now Linn Phipps. Linn sings in Gaelic and in Scots, in groups and alone, and is part of a ladies' shanty crew. So a very warm welcome to Linn. Thank you, Linn.
Thank you. I think I've unmuted myself now. So, Tom, a huge thank you to you for doing this for us. It's been a wonderful evening so far, and I know it'll be great for the rest of it too. I'm going to start with a song. It's kind of a variation of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, but I got this from my friend Joe Hickerson. So I'm going to sing that for you now. He is gone, I am now sad and lonely. He has left me to ply the salt sea. I know that he thinks of me only, and will soon be returning to me. Some say that my love is returning to his own native country and me. Blow gently the winds of the ocean, and bring back my Johnny to me. He is gone his fortunes to better, I know he has gone for my sake. And I'll soon be receiving a letter, or else my poor heart it would break. Some say that my love is returning to his own native country and me. Blow gently the winds of the ocean, and bring back my Johnny to me. Last night as I lay on my pillow, my bosom it heaved with a sigh, as I thought on each angry billow, whilst watching the clouds in the sky. Some say that my love is returning to his own native country and me. Blow gently the winds of the ocean, and bring back my Johnny to me. So I've posted some words in the chat now. I'm going to sing you my favourite drowning song. I do have quite a lot of drowning songs, but this is probably my favourite one. I've put the words in the chat because it's a Gaelic song. It's a luag. Talitha has on previous occasions suggested too that a lot of these luags were sung at sea as well. A lot of rowing songs quite short. And it does have a chorus. I think I've put the vocals in. I particularly like the words. So the woman has lost her father, her 3 brothers, and her son. So it couldn't be much more devastating for her. But she doesn't talk about drowning. The song does not talk about drowning. It says, with a conversation with the wee seagull, where did you leave them? Where did you see them? And she says, I found them on the island back to back, the island of the sea back to back, and then without breath. So the words are are very beautiful. So I'm going to sing it to you now. Allein deine Nisanara hine hiriau Skoskur dere fai mi magot hina hihara no hina hiriau Chachrolais chachirik vana hine hiriau Achan luke hem mata hina hihara no hina hiriau Vamaha aras maruvraran hine hiriau Sleimach eimarain miarach hine hihara no hine hiriau Elak viku elak varu hine hiriau Kachagahune feriala hine hihara no hine hiriau Gach mi etanyeran vara hine hiriau Kuri siat kanana hine hihara no hine hiriau Shine, that's it. Thank you. Right, Maha, and that was Gaelic walking song, so it was used by groups of women to walk and shrink and thicken the tweed, and usually sung as a group song. Okay, Maha, so I thought after that I'd better sing you a happy song. I do have a couple, so I'm going to sing you a happy shanty. It's quite quite a short one. I actually do sing this with my I have a co-sing partner in Colorado, and we live sing on Zoom across 5,000 miles, which is enormous fun. So I've started singing this one with him too, but I found it first, so I'm going to sing it all myself today. Won't you go my way? I met her in the morning, won't you go my way? I met her in the morning, won't you go my way? In the morning, bright and early, won't you go my way? In the morning, bright and early, won't you go my way? Oh, Julia and Maria, won't you go my way? Oh, Julia and Maria, won't you go my way? I asked that girl to marry, won't you go my way? I asked that girl to marry, won't you go my way? She said she'd rather tarry, won't you go my way? She said she'd rather tarry, won't you go my way? Oh, Mary, never tarry, won't you go my way? Oh, Mary, never tarry, won't you go my way? I met her in the morning, won't you go my way? I met her in the morning, won't you go my way?
Thank you so much, Lynn. That was absolutely wonderful, and so nice to hear the variety of of different ways of expressing sea music, from rousing shanties to quiet, gentler songs. So thank you very, very much. It's lovely to see people from so many places. We've got people from New York, from Brooklyn, Virginia, Maryland, Durham, Dunoon, Washington, Wolverhampton, Devon, Glasgow, California, Budapest and Vancouver. So welcome everyone, and if anyone else is coming from far-flung places, please let us know.